Let me just look here because I lost you when I tried to show outside how sunny and nice weather we're having outside. I lost the connection. So let me just see if I got you guys back. I'll wait a little bit. Oh, right there. It says I'm live. I'm live. Hopefully I got you guys back. Oh, what happened? All right. I'm back. I'm back. Kevin, I tried to go outside. Usually by my door, when I open my door, I can at least show you the sun that's outside because you asked me, right? How's the weather? Bright and sunny as you can see, but I better not move because my internet here, if I move too far from like the router, I lose connection. I lose connection. So I can't go outside anymore. That's a mistake. It happened once before, but earlier I was able to open the door and look at outside, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to sit here when I do the live stream because that's just how it is here in the Philippines with the internet, man. This is the province. Yeah, maybe in cities like Manila, Cebu, Iloilo, they have better internet. But here in the province, it is what it is. It's the internet that we got. I actually have fiber optic. I have fiber optic internet from Calibo Cable, but for $24 a month, I can't really complain. You know, it's like I'm able to do most of the things that I can with YouTube. I do hook up my internet to my Blue Yeti, so just in case there's a power outage, that's one thing I don't lose you guys with a power outage. Good to be back. All right, Joe. Thank you for staying, man. Thank you for staying. I know. Peanut Butter Travels. Hey, here. All right, Peanut Butter Travels. Thank you for joining the live stream. Good morning, Kuya Gino. Good weather. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. That's why I really want to go to Boracay tomorrow because I know this weekend is going to be amazing in Boracay Island. Ted, yep, Gino, need to stay put. Yeah, I'm staying put. I'm not going to do that anymore. You know, I do want to show you guys how sunny, how nice it is outside, but from now on, I think I better just stay here where it's working. You sounded sick, dude. I've been sick the past 2 days. I've had like cough. I had a sore throat, runny nose. I actually ended up going to the doctor because I had an ear infection too out of all that. So I'm taking ciprofloxacin. They also gave me Cocidia for pain and inflammation. And I also have this ear drop. So I am sick. Hopefully, I'm feeling better today. I'm able to do the live stream. But the past few days, there's no way I could have done the live stream. Hey, Gino. Good morning to you and fam. Hope all is well. All is well. All is well. Let's see that. My good friend in Maine. My good friend in Maine. Number one for the longest travel time to work. Davao is 12, Manila. Ooh, Davao must be, man, I've never been to Davao, but if Davao is worse than Manila, man, that must really be hard to travel in Davao, man. As far as the traffic, because I know how hard it is in Manila to travel to work. I get my classmates from college always tell me that. Good morning, Ray. Ray in the Philippines. Good morning. I'm headed to Panglao. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Ted. I love Panglao, man. It's like one of the, to me, that's, you know, if looking back now, like if I had to come to the Philippines now from the United States, my two choices would be Boracay number 1, Panglao number 2. Because I'm a beach person, and those are the two beaches that I really enjoy here in the Philippines. I just love Alona Beach. The whole vibe, the restaurants, the bar scene, everything about Panglao. It's kind of like a mini Boracay, what Panglao is. But what I like about Panglao is you can rent a motor scooter and you can travel in Bohol. You can't do that in Boracay. I mean, you can rent a motorbike in Boracay, but Boracay is so tiny, you're not going to see much. Whereas in Bohol, when you're in Panglao, you can go visit the Tarsier, you can go to like swim in the cave. Inside the cave, you can actually swim. You can go to Chocolate Hills. You can go to like the enchanted forest. I mean, there's so many things you can do in your motorbike when you're in Panglao because you're right there in Bohol. You know, you can. And when I was there, the motorbike rental, I'm sure it's more now, but it's like 350 pesos a day. So about $7 to rent a scooter. Michael C. Hey, Ray. All right. All right. Belus. Morning, Ted. Morning, Ted. Good AM, Belus. Morning, everyone. Norm. All right. All right. I'm going to hit the topic because I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but we got cut off. The topic is set the boundaries early with your Filipina and your Filipinas family. And I'm discussing the topic because Michael M. from Northern California, it's not a Filipina situation, but it's kind of similar, where the main thing, his friend's problem is he can't say no. And for me, if you can't say no, if his friends borrowing money here in the Philippines, maybe the Philippines is not for you, because that's gonna happen. If you're a nice guy, too nice a guy, they're gonna take advantage of you here. Because Michael M. is saying his Filipino friend is helping too many people in the Philippines. They don't want to come here because it'll be disaster. And I agree, it'll be disaster for him here, because one of the things you gotta learn here is you can't help everybody here. At some point, you know, it's like you have to learn how to say no, or you'll just be miserable. If you're trying to be that nice guy to everyone here, that's not gonna work here, because people will take advantage of you here. Good morning, Michael C., Ted, Belus, and Norm. Gino, would love to see you back on a board, even a paddle board. Oh yeah. I probably can still. You know, it's like if I was not sick, I would do a paddle board right now. I got good balance, Belus, for because I still ride my skateboard. Balance has never been. I lost a little bit of it when I was going to my treatment. I suffered a little bit of vertigo, but I'm pretty good now. You know, it's like I got good balance on my skateboard. I know I could paddleboard easy. We have our own paddleboard, but we ended up giving it away when I got sick because. But they got many paddleboard for rent in Boracay. It doesn't cost much either to rent a paddleboard in Boracay. But I will for sure this coming summer, I'll do some paddleboarding in Boracay. Hey Gino, this is Lucita's husband. All right. I have a question. If we move to PI, do we still have to pay state tax? That depends on you. Because if you want to maintain your state status in the United States, for me, I switched it to Texas because I can. That's what I did when I moved here, because Texas doesn't have a state tax. If there's a state tax in Maine, you might want to consider that. Change your state to a state that doesn't tax you. That way you don't have to pay. And if you don't have any plans on ever going back to the United States, then it doesn't matter, right? Like for me, I don't have really any plans on going back to the United States. If I do ever go back, my sister's in Texas, so that's where I would go. Yeah, do you have a savings with a CD account? Have you heard of people withdrawing only once yearly from the percentage they earn from the CD account? Yeah, I have CD accounts here. There's several kinds of CD accounts here. You can actually get a CD account here where the money goes to like the savings ATM account. So it just keeps growing. You know, if you don't take money out, it just keeps growing. That's what I have, because I prefer that, because like, just in case I want to use the ATM on that CD, it's easy access. But several different kinds of CD accounts here. Filipinos are really big on time deposit. It's basically that you deposit the money 1, 3, or 5 years and you can't touch it. But several ways for you to get your money back. I invest more in safety now. I'm not invested in stocks, crypto, mutual funds. I didn't invest in those just because I'm older now. I don't want to risk anymore. I like just steady. People say, well, you're losing money. You're not making your money work for you. But for me, I just don't need the stress. It's like I don't like stressing over checking how much my money is. At least now, I don't have to work. I don't think about money. I heard people just withdrawing yearly and living off. They're earned from CD. Martin, you would need a lot of pesos. You would need a lot of pesos. I'm sure there's people like that, but you would need millions of pesos to get that kind of return on the CD, because CDs normally don't give high return. 3, 4, 5% is what you'll get from CDs most of the time. Yes, friends with many, trust few. A good rule is just not when money and no credit on sales. Oh yeah, there's a saying here in the Philippines, and you hear it all the time. What is that? Your credit is good, but we need cash. I hear that here all the time. That's a saying here. It's like your credit might be good, but here in the Philippines, we need cash. We need cash here. You love the sea, bro. Enjoy it. Oh, I do, man. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, for me, like even this weekend, even if I'm not 100%, it's like I'm still going because like I just love the beach. I know if I sit on the beach, what am I going to do in Boracay? I'm not going to be like running around. Basically, I'm just going to sit by the beach, hear the waves, catch a little bit of sun, not too much, because I got to protect myself from the sun. But any day for me in Boracay, that's my happy place on earth. It's like, it's such a blessing for me that I live like I can be in Boracay in an hour and a half. How amazing is that? I can leave my house and in 1 hour and a half I can be on Front Beach. It's so awesome that we live so close to Boracay. I don't say no. I say wala. I say wala. Well, if you say that, Ray, say wala, they're not gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe you. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's selfish." He don't want to lend money. But if you say no, I know it's kind of like, they'll lose a little bit of face, right? Because, but to me, I would rather do that than make, because if they borrow money or ask for money, it's gonna happen again. It's like the Philippines is that here in the Philippines, borrowing money here gets habitual. If you lend somebody money, they might pay it back, but the minute they pay it back, not very long after that, they're gonna borrow again. And do you want to really have that aggravation of every time, somebody asking you for money? Instead of no, say, I have to check with my wife or girlfriend. That's a good thing. I mean, you can say that, and that's the thing with Dazzle. When I started the relationship with Dazzle, I was upfront with her. I told her, I'm not rich. I'm living off my military pension. She really didn't have a clue on how much my military pension was. So I was telling her, but we need to save. We can't afford a lot of things. So, but she's always been on my side. She's always protected me. If she's got relatives approaching me or approaching her to borrow money, she would always tell him, no, Gino doesn't have that much money, or he can't lend you money. And that's a key also. When you find a partner, your partner has to protect you. The thing to me, when you meet a Filipina here, that Filipina's got to protect you from her family, because I mean, there's some times where it's a legit issue, like I know medical issue, in family emergency, I can relate that. But not every single thing that happens here is a family emergency, right? There's always, there's always somebody that's just needing money because they're just not working too hard. And I'm not going to be for that. If you're not trying the best you can to make money, or, there's opportunities here like anywhere else, even though it's harder here. You can't be lazy and expect me to help you. That's just not the way I go. No is viewed as rude in the Philippines. Instead, I say wala, which in the case of asking money means I don't have. All right, all right. Bill, hey, good morning, Bill. Good morning, Bill. Martin Banks, my wife of 29 years, has a niece that we were helping through college to become a police officer. At least we will be safe when we move together. All right, all right. Let me just look at another thing. When I was talking about how expats kind of like when they first meet their Filipina, it could be LDR, long distance. You get to the Philippines, they shower the Filipina and the family with a lot of gifts. I've seen even people give iPhone. I'm like, wow, iPhone, right? But be careful with that. Now, like I said, if you can afford it, if you can afford that kind of lifestyle, I guess it's okay. But you're gonna get them used to that. The expectation, if you start out like that, showering with gifts, of course. If you go back to the States the next time you come back, they're expecting that from you. Another thing I noticed, and this is understandable because like a lot of times when expats come here to meet their Filipina for the first time, the family is gonna, when you land at the airport here, don't be surprised if there's like 15 to 20 people to meet you at the airport, because everybody wants to meet you. The whole family wants to meet you. That's a common thing that happens here. It's not just gonna be your Filipina meeting you at the airport. And a lot of times, because you're coming from the US, for you to treat everybody to like dinner, that's not a big deal, right? It's like, what if I spend $100 to feed 15, 20 people? That's not a big deal, right? But just be careful with that, because again, if they might start thinking that, hey, he can afford it. He treated us once, he can treat us again. The expectation. You have to be careful about setting the precedent here. Starting out like. Don't make them think that you're rich if you're not rich, because here in the Philippines, they don't understand that there's some people that come here that are really on a budget, right? It's just that in the US, you got credit or you got debt. They don't understand that. They think that everybody, all the Americans, all the foreigners that come here are rich because they got cash. They don't realize that a lot of Americans has debt and has a lot of credit. It's better to say next time than wala. Oh, that's a good one. Next time. Next time. That's a good, because wala means I don't have. They might not believe that. They might not believe that. They're just look at you like selfish. And me, when I say, my standard answer now is like, I don't lend money anymore because I've lost so much money from not getting paid back. Not saying that the person's not going to pay me back, but I think that's more understandable, right? It's like I said, many times that I lend somebody money, they'll start hiding from you. Or when they finally catch up with them, hey, how about that money that you borrowed from me? You're gonna pay me back? And then go, why? You don't think I'm gonna pay you back? They get defensive, So that's why I just decided it's not a good thing to lend money here. Yes, when you are talking about family, I use wala for panhandling or panhandling. Oh yeah, for panhandling. Yeah, that's a difference. I can see your point now. I can see. Like if somebody's like the beggars right on the street, I just like shake I don't have change, because usually you just give the change. That I can see. I do that too, Ray. Where Or if I don't, if I'm out of change, I'm not going to give like somebody panhandling like 20 pesos or 50 pesos. I just usually, whatever change I got, I'm emptying out my pockets and giving the beggars on the street like my change, just not to embarrass them. Yeah. Gino, a friend of mine, has a daughter that's a traveling nurse. In addition to her salary, her rent is paid for too. Good way for Leanna to see different cities in the U.S. when she becomes a nurse. Yes, yes. I know Leanna. I know once she becomes a nurse, her goal is to work overseas. So she's gonna. Oh no, she wants to work in Japan or Korea. I know she'll travel, and we'll help her with that because once she becomes a nurse, get her experience here as a nurse, and get her certification to go abroad, we'll go with her. It's not like we can't go with her. I can travel anywhere in the world, and so with Candazo. Maybe harder in the U.S., but a lot more easier at other countries now. I'm hearing things, I don't know if it's true, like Canada, visa-free. I'm hearing for Filipinos. I don't know. Maybe they're lacking people going to Canada. Maybe they're encouraging people more to come to Canada. And normally, I don't have extra money to lend. I'm on a budget. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like for me, when I start going out with Dazzle, I let her know that I'm on my military pension alone. I have to budget in order to live in the Philippines. So she was aware from the beginning that I'm a frugal person. It's like I'm not going to splurge on different things. All right, I'm gonna make sure I did a lot of notes here just so I be honest with your Filipina about your financial situations, because sometimes I see foreigners here, they almost kind of trick the Filipina to make them think that they are rich, just like, spend a lot of money on different things. But later on, the Filipina catches on that the guy is like in heavy debt, credit card debt in the U.S. I've seen that dynamic too. So, it's not just once. The Filipina. You got to be careful too. Don't just because your boyfriend is buying you all these things, don't think that they're rich. Also, it could be all in credit. But as long as you communicate with your Filipina, just be honest upfront. We've never had an issue, Dazzle and I. Even when we took in Leanna, I've been around Leanna since she was born. I've been kuya to Leanna from day one. And the reason why we took in Leanna was during the pandemic, the schooling here in the Philippines, they basically weren't getting schooled like for over 2 years. You can imagine 2 years. They were sending the parents like pamphlets to fill out, but parents didn't really, it's like, if I was the one, maybe I could have helped Leanna, but a lot of times people were doing it for Leanna. So for like 2 years, her education really suffered during the pandemic. So I saw like, I saw an opportunity. I told Dazzle, we got to help Leanna get back up to speed, because if that remains the same, if nobody's going to tutor her, she's going to struggle, going forward, going to like high school and maybe not even get to college, because I was really seeing that she was behind on her schoolwork. So that's why we took on the responsibility to raise Leanna. And also we knew mom could use the help at the time, because for 2 years, people weren't working here. It was a struggle for many people. It was a struggle for many people here. And normally, I don't have extra money to lend. I'm going to do it. And for mom, the only reason why mom is staying with us, she had gotten sick. So she couldn't work anymore. And the thing about Filipinos here, when they get older, as they go older, a lot of Filipinos here don't have medical insurance. So if you're gonna keep working and you don't have medical insurance, chances are you're gonna get sick. You know, chances are if you're not the best of health anyway, if you're still working, you're gonna, the stress, you're gonna end up sick here. So that's why we just told mom, just stay with us. That way you can eat well with us, you can rest, you can exercise. She's been a lot healthier this past year because she's been living with Dazzle and Leanna. So, but that's a decision I made and Dazzle made. It don't work for everybody, right? For me, it worked for us because I've had a long relationship with Dazzle's mom and Leanna. Leanna was born almost 13 years ago. I've known them for all that time, so I was willing to take them in because I know they're good people and I want Leanna to succeed in life. I want mom to have a good life because I've seen her struggle for all these years. She deserves a break. And for me, I can afford it. I know many people will say, why are you doing that? It's not your responsibility. But to me, I'm okay with it. And that has to be a decision that each individual make. I know people here that's in the same situation as I am, that they meet a Filipina and they help the Filipina's family. It's not for everyone because I know people that, they say, I need to be 2 islands away from my Filipina's family because, again, we're not all in the same situation. I never felt like Dazzle's family was taking advantage of me. Not with mom or not with Leanna. Now, maybe some other family members, yes, maybe some other family members, I have to say no to somebody else. But, for Leanna and mom, I do not have a problem taking care of them. Martin, we have a lot of experience of people borrowing money from US in the Philippines. We have absolutely totally been taken advantage of by tourists. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen, especially if you're in the US and the money you're lending in the Philippines. You'll never see that money. And I don't see money with people that I see around. When people borrow money from me, I see them every day and they just ignore you. And it's like, man, it's like, I had one neighbor here in our street. I no longer talk to that neighbor just because she borrowed money and I had to go through our barangay just to get my money back because she promised. You always hear the sob story, how desperate they need the money, and then when it's time to pay, the agreed time to pay, all of a sudden they ignore you. So, but I got my money because I made I didn't know the neighbor that well anyway, so before that, but before I would just see the neighbor pass by, so I wasn't really close to the neighbor, but I just felt so bad when she came to my gate giving me the sob story. But I got my money back. There's ways to get your money back. You can take them to the barangay, as long as you have proof that the person borrowed money. Lucita, Peanut Butter Travel, Lucita and Ray. Good morning, Fortune from Ray. Enjoy, Ted. I'm looking forward to Panglao in June. All right, man. Awesome, Fortune. That's going to be awesome, man. Panglao is amazing, man. You're going to have a great time in Panglao. Make sure do the cave. The cave, inside a cave, you go down this cave, dark in the cave, but there's light coming on from a hole. You can swim in there. I mean, you can wear a life vest if you don't feel comfortable swimming because it's deep water. But you can really wear a life vest. That was really nice. Balikasag Island was really nice. Small island, but you can walk the entire island. Lots of nice beaches. The dolphin, yeah, they'll you go out on an island hopping tour with the dolphin. Virgin Island. There's just so many things. I mean, you'll need 3-4 days in Bohol to hit all the tourist attractions. But you'll have an amazing time. Bohol is awesome. John V, Sir Ray, good morning, John V. Captain Sully, morning, Gino. Jim from Cocoa, Florida. All right, Cocoa. I've never been to Cocoa. I've been to Florida, but I've never heard of Cocoa, Florida. Good morning, John from Ray. Emilio, sometimes the borrower is more aggressive than the one who lend them if you ask. I know. I've had that happen to me at least twice. That's happened to me where I lend the money, the guy hasn't paid me at the agreed upon time, and every time you see him, I'm like, hey dude, it's like, I thought you were gonna pay me at this time, and he goes, they get aggressive to you. They go like, why? You don't think I'm gonna pay you back? I'm like, dude, we agreed on a certain. No. That's why I don't need the hassle anymore. I just plain out say now. It's like I don't lend money. If I like the person, if the person, I can see there's a need, I might just lend the person some. I might just give. I might just give the person some of it, not all of it, if I like the person. But a lot of times now, it's like, I just say no. I just say I don't lend money anymore. Going to meet some friends from US there, and they booked Ocean View at the Henan. All right, nice. I've been to the Henan. Very nice hotel, the Henan. And wow, 21K per night. Wow. Well, the Ocean View probably. That's why 21K per night. They have a nice swimming pool right by the beach at the Henan. I took some pictures there where Dazzle liked she was drinking amaretto sours there with our friends. That's what we did too. When we went there, our friends from Dubai were visiting the Philippines. So we hanged out with them for a few days in Panglao. Yeah, we stayed our friends stayed at the Henna. We stayed at the budget. I forgot we were near the McDonald's. It's a walking distance. I can see McDonald's from our hotel, but we stayed at a budget hotel, but they stayed at the Henna. I think that's what most people, when they're coming from abroad, the US, Dubai, whatever, they can afford, right? They can afford places. For me, man, I can't afford that. Not on my budget. I'm honest with Lynn. When trolls come on my channel saying Lynn is with me for the money, Lynn says, Ray doesn't have money. Dean Board, hey Dean, hey buddy, all right. My good friend in Colorado Springs, all right, Dean. Fortune, your way. Oh yeah, for sure. Ted's a local. Ted's a local in Bohol, so he's got. Yep, been there many times. So I will park and find a good place and just walk in. Have done my research on resorts too. Have seen many off the beach, nice rooms, swimming pool, free shuttle. Yes, Emilio, people get offended when you ask for money back. I don't lend money if I can afford to help and think the cost is worthwhile. See, that's the best way, right, Ray? The best way is like, if you can help out, just give the money. Just give the money. If it's worthwhile, if you feel like the person really needed it. For 3 nights, 2 rooms. Oh, that's pretty good price for 3 nights, 2 rooms. That's a pretty good price, Fortune. That are walking distance from Alona Beach. 6 of us going, hoping Maggie to join. His mom from Lobo have been to Hinagdanan Cave. Yeah, Hinagdanan. That's the cave, man. That definitely worth that. To me, that was a highlight. That was a highlight of the trip because I've been on island hopping tours before. Fortune, I've gone, pretty much small islands, But to me, the highlight of our trip there was the Hinagdanan Cave, and the Tarshir. I've always wanted to see the Tarshir, what they look like. I didn't realize how tiny they were. They can be in the palm of my hand. They're so tiny, but amazing. Amazing that I got to see the Tarshir. Yes, we're going tomorrow. I'm gonna pick up my friend Joel and Chris tomorrow. Probably do JP's tourist visa tomorrow. I'll take him to the place, and then after I take them there, go and pick up my friends Joel and Chris, and we'll head out to Boracay. We'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And Chris is flying out of Caticlan Airport on Monday. So I'll take him to the airport on Monday, and then Joel and I will head back to Calibo. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I'll rest today. I'll rest all day today, so I should be okay. Even now, if I had to go now, I know I can. I can. It's not like when I go to Boracay. I'm not going to be partying in Boracay or anything. I'm just going to relax on the hotel, relax by the beach. So it's not going to be tasking for me. Never give money if you need the money to pay bills in the future. If that's the case, you don't have. Yeah, it's like for sure, Ray. Norm, spend a week on Bohol back in 2023. Need to go back, but hire a car this time. So much. Yeah, that's what we did. My friends from Dubai, we split the cost on renting a car, so we were able to go to Chocolate Hills, to the Tarshir, to the Enchanted Forest thing. I mean, we just traveled. The church, you really, that's the way to do it, just because you can explore more. And then if you rent a motorbike too, because the motorbike, it's only like $350. It must be more now, maybe $450 now, but $7-8 for a motorbike. Very doable, very doable. You can explore more. Oh, and don't forget the Bohol, the bee farm. The bee farm is awesome, where they make the ice cream, the amazing ice cream at the bee farm. That was a long time ago for Chumpangdao has changed a lot since then, grown a lot. Oh, and the tour too, the river tour. Man, that was awesome. That river tour was awesome because they play like music, really soothing music. Buffet Filipino food on a riverboat, and then there's an area where they did the tinikling dance, a show. Man, well worth it. I think it was like maybe 1,000 pesos per person, but well worth it. Do the Lobok tour. I have like a playlist of our time in Bohol. I think I have a dozen videos in there. Just an amazing time. I wouldn't mind going back to Bohol again. That was a great place to visit. Good morning from Sean Bruce. We made it. Went to Nigi Nigi. All right. We danced in it. All right, Sean. All right. Friday night or Saturday night. Well, I'll take my friends for sure at Nigi Nigi. Nigi Nigi, it's kind of like the expat bar in Boracay Island, but they moved. And this new location is even better than the old Nigi Nigi, because the old Nigi Nigi, it's kind of tight in there, the stage. It's not a big place, but now, man, it has expanded. It's longer. It even has seating on both sides on the second floor. The band, the Calamity band, there's like the best rock and roll band or best band period in Boracay Island. They play a lot of like 70s and 80s rock and roll, and really good guitar players. And the lead singer, he sounds a little bit like the guy from Journey, so he knows rock and roll. Always a good time at Nigi Nigi, for sure. I'm gonna try to live stream it actually. I did a little bit of live stream there the last time I was in Boracay, but I'm sure my friends, Chris especially, I'm sure Chris wants to go to Nigi Nigi. Yeah, you can have a good time there, right? You can dance. There's a dance floor. There's like the band is right here. There's a dance floor now. You can dance. People dance all the. You get a little bit of alcohol in people. They're gonna dance. They're gonna dance. Yes, Dad. Only few resorts, Dan. We stayed what is now Miti, but different name then. Panglao Nature Island Resort. Hey, James. Hey, good morning. Good morning. James and Karen's Adventure. All right, James. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Southern Cal Benny. Hello, Gino. I hope you feel better. Yeah, I think I'm just going to rest the rest of the day because, like I said, we're headed to Boracay Island tomorrow. It's like I still got a runny nose, but I'm feeling much better because, like, the ear pain that I suffered, that was pretty intense. If I had to rate the pain level from 1 to 10, minimum 8, maybe even 9, but it was like painful. I couldn't sleep. It's like my ears like both ears like started becoming really painful about 10, 11 p.m. I couldn't sleep till the morning. So very first thing I went to the doctor. But of course, here in the Philippines, I had to go to, I have an ENT doctor at Panay Hospital. I've gone to him before. So I knew I wanted to see an ENT doc. But the thing is, I had to show up there at 7, put my name on the list, but he doesn't show up till 11:30. So I had to put my name on the list, which I was number 1. I was number 1. Thank goodness I was number 1. So I went back home after that. But I had to go back, So I had to suffer through all morning. I had to suffer through the ear pain. And at 11:30, I showed up there. I was like number 1. And I was just so happy. And I got my pain medicine here for my ears, and then I got Cipro, for antibiotics, Cipro, and then I have this eardrops. I got eardrops, so my ears feel a lot better, but I still am, I have, it's almost like I can't hear well, but I'm sure it's gonna come back. I'm sure it's gonna come back. It's kind of like I'm in a fog with my ears or something. But it's all good. I know I'll rest today. I got my calamansi juice. I'm like drinking calamansi juice. I might have bok choy. I might have Dazzle. There's Temak bok choy. It's not far from our house. That's the bok choy that we like. So I'll have Dazzle pick me up some bok choy, some more soup. Sir James and Karen, good morning. Gino, Lynn says you sound like I did a few weeks ago. I hope your congestion clears up, brother. Oh yeah, I got the Cipro, so this should clear me up. I got 14 days of Cipro, so it's gonna take a while, but I'm sure I'll clear up. But I don't feel like I feel like I can do things. I just have the clogged up. I feel like I'm clogged up. Bohol is one of the best beaches in the Philippines. My family and I enjoy Panglao, chocolate, tarsier. I know, man. That's awesome, right? Ray in Sacramento, my brother in Sacramento, California. I mean, like I said, if I had to do it all over again, if today was like I'm going to the Philippines, Boracay is my number 1, number 2 is like Panglao. Those would be like my 2 choices. I feel like people in the Philippines are never poor. When I see them on social media taking a vacation anywhere in the Philippines, they seem not having any problems with money. LOL. I know, right? I see the same thing, man. I see the same thing on my social media. I got a lot of Facebook friends here, It's like, but I think a lot of it, they just know how to like make it look like they're spending a lot of money, because I can go to Boracay and not spend money. I can go in Boracay, get there at morning time, day trip, and not spend money. Like I can just, only takes me 50 pesos to go to Boracay Island. I don't pay the environmental fee, the terminal fee, boat fee, 50 pesos boat fee. I can get to the port. I can ride for 30 pesos to like White Beach. And I can hang out on White Beach all day and then leave, right? So I can make it look like I can go to Boracay and take pictures by Willie's Rock. I could be swimming. I could be paddleboarding on Boracay. And then it just looks like I'm like having a blast in a world-class resort island, but not spend money. It's like... because there are many places in the Philippines, the view is just amazing. The view is what makes it sound, oh man, that's like a tropical island, turquoise waters, it's just like amazing, amazing views. So, but it doesn't cost much for people like for me, living here in Aklan province. Good morning, James and Kay. I hope you guys are well. Emilio, when you're gonna stay in Boracay, I recommend Aqua. They have the best service. Oh, I know. Emilio had stayed at the Aqua that's on Bolabog Beach. Nice resort, nice resort. Swimming pool facing the ocean, and it's not crowded. That area, because Aqua, really, they're the only resort in that area. There's no other resorts in that area. There's the Black Attic Cafe nearby. So if you're, if you want to stay, but Aqua is definitely. I don't know how much they cost. I'm sure it's not cheap. I'm sure it's not cheap to stay at Aqua though. Martin, my wife and I brought her niece here to the United States when she was 12 because of the free college benefits in California. My wife's niece is now who oh wow, oh wow. Yeah, for me, with Leanna, I will continue to help the best I can for Leanna. Make sure she becomes a nurse, she has a career, but whatever she believes someday, it's not gonna affect me. I just want to give her a chance because that's big with me. It's like Dazzle was the first family member to graduate college. Miko, the younger brother, Dazzle's younger brother, is the second, and I want Leanna to be the third. I just want to like change the dynamic in their family where they're now college graduates instead of not being able to go to college or afford college. That's a legacy I want to leave someday. At least I kind of changed the trajectory of her family to the cycle of poverty here in the Philippines. And I plan on doing the same with Dazzle's nephews. She's got three nephews, well, four, actually four nephews that the oldest is 12, 8, 6, 2 6-year-old. I told them when it's time for them to go to college, I will pay for their college. I don't mind doing that just because, to me, it's a chance for me that I can afford to give because it's not that expensive to send somebody in college here in Calibo anyway. In Calibo, I'm only looking at maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500 a year in tuition. So 4-year college, I'm looking at maybe $4,000 to $6,000. I can afford that. I can afford that for them. And like their room and board, we can work that out. It's like it's not expensive for them to find housing here, a boarding house, or even our house here. We'll make room here. Like Leanna, when she goes to school, she'll be living at this house. Fortune, Tarshir, watching now, is organized and with entry fee. Back in, we just go to the forest. So too. Oh wow, that is a lot different. A lot different. I mean, I like the Lobok tour now because it's a big boat, man. It's not like a little banca. It's a big boat where there's a buffet. There's a all-you-can-eat Filipino buffet, and somebody playing like really calm music, kind of like get you in the mood to like just like relax on the river. We watched them make asin, tibyok on Bohol. That was interesting. Oh, all right. I don't think I've saw that asin tibyok. I never seen how they make salt. Asin is salt. I never seen how they make that. Good morning. Did you hear about the big storms going to the east coast of the U.S. up to 2 feet of snow? I didn't, Tim Melker. I'm gonna do now after this live stream. I'm gonna see what's. I really don't watch a lot of the U.S. news anymore because I don't know what to make of it now, man. When I watch the news, I'm confused. You know, it's like, and it's never like a good thing. You know, it seems like it's never a good thing. So, but for the weather and things like that, I'm interested in that. I do not mind that. East Coast weather. East Coast weather. I wouldn't mind what. Just because I have friends there. I have friends that, you know, in Boston, my good friend Leo. I got friends in like the cold weather areas in the US. Yeah, Fortune, I did all the tours back in 2006. Everything was different back then, way less crowded. Brian, hey, good morning, Brian. Same in Boracay. When I first started going to Boracay in the 1990s and early 2000s, Boracay was not like now. It's like insane amount of people in Boracay, but it's still fun for me because I still know where the areas in Boracay where I can enjoy. If I want peace and quiet in Boracay on the beach, there's private beaches that I know that I can go. Most people that go to Boracay anyway go to White Beach, that long stretch of beach, about 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers of White Beach. That's where everybody goes. There's so many beaches in Boracay that don't have that many people. I just like White Beach, like early in the morning, like you see me walking early in the morning, and then at sunset. Nothing compares to Boracay sunset, man. That sunset is amazing. When you catch the perfect sunset, multicolored, red, orange, you name it. It's like it's a sight to be seen. It's like I've seen many sunset in my lifetime. I watch the sunset all the time. Nothing compares to like Boracay sunset, right there on White Beach. Hey, Captain Sully, grew up in Rockledge, Florida. Rockledge. Ear infection, yes, man. I got an ear infection. I thought at first I just had like a runny nose, cough, but both my ears got swollen and red. You know, I got this pain for my ears. I got Cipro, and I got these ear drops. So cortisone, like steroid eardrops. So I should be good though. I should be good. I feel better today, definitely. I don't have a fever anymore, so that's a plus. Good morning, Brian from Ray. Drink hot salaba. I've drank everything, man. I got ginger, I got green tea, I got calamansi. That's just been feeding me all these hot drinks, you know. So I tried not to take any medication because with my creatinine level, my kidneys, I wasn't even taking like the over the counter stuff here. I try to avoid medications at all costs. I'm not on any medication before this, but my ears just got so painful, man. I was like, man, it was nighttime. It was like 10 or 11. I couldn't sleep. I was like, my head was throbbing. My ears were painful. I couldn't get to the doctor fast enough that morning, but I'm glad I saw the ENT doctor. Hey, Ray, Brian. At least in Philippines, when you get sick, everybody care about you and all are worried. But here in the US, they ask you a doctor's certificate. You get sick for 3 days, a doctor's certificate. Ted, you know, Palawan is another great place too. Haven't been there yet, but maybe someday. Yeah, I haven't been to Palawan either. I think for me, Ted, it's just it's so far to go to. You know, for me, once they offer, like I think they have a flight now from Iloilo to Palawan straight, but from Calibo, I would have to fly to Cebu or Cateklan to Cebu, then Cebu to Puerto Princesa. If there was a direct flight, I would do it, but that's the thing that limits me from going there. It's like the travel time, having a direct flight. You should be giving the lives a break. You will be stressing your throat with all the talking. All right, I will. If so, tomorrow I'll give a break. I won't do the live stream tomorrow. On you back Did you have power outage? Oh, no, I didn't have power outage. I was just, I tried to show outside the weather outside because it's nice and sunny. And the minute I get further from where I'm sitting, I guess my router is not, it's not close enough to my phone. Good morning, Chino. That's the cheerleaders. All right, That's funny. That's funny. So tomorrow I won't do a live stream tomorrow. I will rest tomorrow. All right, get your morning walk, Ray. Get your morning. Hey, Gino, Jason Potter. All right, Jason Potter. Tuition in the Philippines and now very expensive. Can believe per semester they would spend more than 30 pesos, and this is not even exclusive school. Or oh yeah, even here, even here in the province, like when I attended college with Dazzle, our tuition was like 25,000 pesos for STI College Calibo. And that's not like a prestigious school or anything. I mean, it's a good school. We had computers, air conditioned at least, but even this was 2012 to 2016, 25,000, that's not easy to make tuition for Filipinos. Don't forget to double tap the screen. All right, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. Fly boys. What bank can I use, Philippines? A bank can use in Cebu to open a dollar account. Flyboy, that just depends on what bank in Cebu will allow you to open the account. A lot of times what's a good idea, talk to join groups, Facebook groups, or when you get to Cebu, just ask the expats in the area. Like here in Calibo, the only bank that I know that let expats open an account is RCBC. So most of the time when you go to a place, it's not universal. It's not like in the US, like you can open a Bank of America account. Here in the Philippines, like let's say Banco de Oro, a Banco de Oro in Calibo might let you open an account, but a Banco de Oro in Cebu might not let you open an account because each bank operates as a separate entity. It's not like in the US where Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you can travel with your account to any place. Here it doesn't work like that. You have to designate a branch. You have to designate, like me, I had a Philippine National Bank in Los Angeles before I left the US. When I got here to Calibo, I switched it. I transferred my account from Philippine National Bank in the US to the Calibo branch. And now my branch is the Calibo branch. So you would need to check with people around Cebu which bank will allow you to open a dollar account. Nikki Evans, yeah, I'm feeling better. I mean, I don't have a fever anymore. I don't have the hot sweats at night, and I got all the medication. So, but I will rest. A person told me it's not a good idea for me to talk, so I'll rest tomorrow. I won't live stream. I just wanted to do the live stream because people have been messaging me today, seeing how I was doing. So I just want to make sure you guys know I'm okay. I'm okay. The East Coast getting polar vortex. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says here, big winter storm. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it after this live stream. I'll watch it. Can a local Filipina open a dollar account in the Philippines? What bank recommend to use? Yeah, I don't see why a local Filipina can, as long as she's got the dollars, if you send the Filipina dollars, she can open an account. $500 is the minimum for most banks here in the Philippines to open a dollar account. I look at current medication for it, I know had one ear, then both massive, not fun. Oh no, man, I'm serious, Belus, man. I have not felt pain like that in my ears, like ever. That's why I knew something was wrong. I knew. I knew I had to see an ENT doctor. I'm glad I did. Even God rest. That's funny. That's funny. There, you can still do your live. Just hire Leanna. Just hire Leanna. I like Castaway Drift. Walking. Oh, that's my brother from another man. He actually, he's all we video chat each other. We really become good friends. Michael S. Man, he's an honest, genuine person. It's like, he's like my brother from another. Oh, right there. Your Sky Story Dream. Hey, good morning, Gino. God bless you doing live stream while you're recovering. Nice to see you. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you. Hello, my friend from prison. Well, from prison. For many of us that come from the U.S., it can be hard to recover from a cold here because of the high humidity. Ray, you do need to take a break, my brother. All right, thank you, Ray, thank you, Ray. I will. So tomorrow, no live stream tomorrow. I'll just rest tomorrow. I'm headed to Boracay Island anyway, so I need to reserve my energy for the drive tomorrow, and then take JP to the tourists before we take off for Boracay Island. Nikki, okay, good. Please take it easy and get plenty of. Oh yeah, today, the rest of the day, I'm just gonna sleep. I'm just gonna drink fluids. I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day. I live in Tennessee, in Chattanooga, and we are get. Ooh, 9 inches. Wow, that's a lot. I remember the snow because when I was in Japan, we would get a ton of snow for like 6 months. 6 months out of the year. Northern Japan. I lived in Northern Japan for 4 years. Appreciate the comment, Derek. I certainly enjoyed the walking. Love it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love walking with you, brother. It's like you're amazing, amazing. I love seeing just the spirit, your energy, man. You're awesome, brother. You're awesome. All right, let me just, and I think I covered everything on my topic. I just want to make sure I didn't, let's see here. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to end the live stream right here. Get my rest for the rest of the day. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream this morning. Again, no live stream tomorrow. I'll do one on Saturday. While I'm in Boracay Island. Thank you so much for joining the live stream, and take care, everyone. You're awesome too, Gino. My blessing for all. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother from another. Appreciate you. All right, take care, everyone. Everyone stay blessed. Thank you, mate. Norm.